just got back home. Went over to a friend's place to watch the USA versus Belgium game. Did not turn out well. Did not turn out well, but that's fine. Um, the USA did pretty well this tournament. I mean, all things being considered. But yeah, man, that was unfortunate. But that's not even what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about how all this shit, all this reality that we're living in, everything like you do from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, it's all in your head, man. It's all in your head. I mean, this morning I woke up and I was like feeling sad. I was feeling a little sad and depressed almost. Not depressed, but I was like feeling like not good for various reasons. Not having people in my life that I live with or anything. Like I live alone, and I've started to learn recently how much I enjoy um, living with other people. Because like no matter how much I do socially, I could go out every day and see people, and I try to. But then when I come back home, it's like I'm alone again. So it just feels like there's two separate areas of my life. It feels like there's like the outside world, and then back here where I'm all alone. And like the back here part, I've noticed like how much more regulated I feel when there's like someone I'm living with. And it sounds weird because it sounds like I don't know, it sounds like lonely, but it's not even really like lonely, but and it's not like I can't deal with it. I mean, I've lived here for over 2 years now by myself. And I can go through life just fine, I can go work out and do all my work and get everything done just fine, right? But and I'm not like unhappy really. Like I enjoy life. Thank God, I enjoy life every day. So it's not like I'm unhappy or like I need it or anything. It's not like a necessity. Obviously, I've gone a couple years without it, but I've noticed how much more regulated I feel when I do have people at home that I'm living with. I feel much more like regulated and I can actually get way more work done because when there's no one at home living with me, I feel like I need to. What's up, Norma? What's up, Norma? How you doing? But let me know where you're tuning in from. But yeah, when I have someone at home living with me, because when there's no one here, I feel like I want to go outside and like go socialize because I feel like humans are pretty social creatures. So I have this need to like just want to go outside and just do something socially. But it really takes away a lot of time, like from what I can get done, throughout the day. So it makes my work harder not having people at home. Because if I'm constantly wanting to leave, then I end up leaving, or it makes the work harder because I don't want to do it and I want to get out. That's why I work really well in like coffee shops and stuff because it's more of like there's a lot of people around. But I've noticed like when I'm living with people, even if it's like family or a roommate or something, I don't necessarily feel that need to get out as much because like I have that company. And I can get so much more work done because like even if we're not talking, even if they're in another room or like they're watching the TV and I'm doing my work, like I just feel like having someone there makes me feel much more regulated. I don't know how to describe it. Um, so yeah, I started to learn that about myself in the past couple of days. I actually thought I liked being alone a lot more, but now I'm starting to realize like where all my time is going and where the things that are distracting me from the work, and a lot of it is like me wanting to go do things socially. Um, and it's such an ingrained thing in my life that I've started to realize. Like even my goals, like all of my goals in general, it's like I want to. Part of why I want to make like a lot of money and like even go do things like I want to go travel, but like I want to travel because I like to get out and I like to be around people. I want to socialize. So it's like my whole goal to travel is to just like socialize and meet new people. And then the same thing with like money, right? What's up, Mary Lou? What's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, even with money, it's like in my head it was like I want a big house, right? I want like a big house so I can have people over all the time and like be that rock in everyone's life. You know, I wanted to like have a big house so I can have people over all the time and for socializing, right? So I've started to realize like a lot of these goals I have in my life are literally just because like I live alone and yeah. And it sounds like sad. I'm not even trying to be sad about it. Like I'm really not sad. It's just like a thing I noticed, you know, and I learned about myself. The sky. What do you mean? What are you talking about, Mary Lou? The sky. Smile. Okay. See, there you go. What's up, Mary Lou? But that's another reason why like I've been enjoying these lives because dude, it's so weird like how do I describe it? Like I said when I leave and I go outside and I talk to people like within my life, like you guys know how it is. Like when you go out there, it's kind of like you're almost like putting on like a mask in a way. Not like it's not like you're fake. It's just like you can't fully say like everything you're thinking, you know? Like when you go back home, like all the stuff you're thinking, but I feel like on the YouTube live stream for some reason, even though like I mean Mary Lou not much anymore, but even though like I'm talking to complete strangers, um it feels like I can just say like things that are way deeper in a really strange way. Maybe I even shouldn't because I'm just talking to the internet, but you said what's up and I answered this guy. Oh, okay. I got you. Good one. What's up, Mary Lou? What's up? Yo, I'm sorry I haven't responded to your messages. I've been like watching these World Cup games like pretty much for the last 2 days straight. Yesterday, I was literally at this place that has a big screen with like a bunch of people. Like I was there pretty much all day for the Brazil and Mexico games. Yeah, like dude, and that's the thing. It's like smile. Okay, I'll smile. I'll try to smile. That's the thing. It's like I go out and do these social things, and it's really taking a lot of time from like the work I want to be doing. And it's like I love locking in and getting work done because that's like there's like me here, and then there's like my goals, and it's like all the stuff in between that I need to do to get there. And I know what I need to do, but it's like doing it is a whole different thing. Um, and I just feel like, dude, if I just had like when I was home, because I moved out of my hometown, when I was home, I've been so busy too. Yeah, you know how it is. You know how it is, Mary Lou. But when I was home, right, like my friends would come over pretty much every day. They would just come over. And I don't have that here now that I moved out of my hometown. And yeah, it's just like, dude, it made getting work done so much easier because I never felt that need to like go out as much, if that makes sense. So it's just like, dude, if I had like a team, not even necessarily like it doesn't need to be like a girlfriend or like a fucking best friend, like just someone I'm fucking like I like sorry, I gotta stop swearing so much. I like living with my family because like when you have family around, it's like there's constant movement, there's constant socializing, like human to human. I feel like humans like to be part of a pack or a tribe, and when you live alone, it's just like it's kind of just you. Not that I'm not part of like a pack or like I have friends and like there's people I can reach out to and talk to. Um, there's people I do talk to on a daily basis. But it's so weird, like, cause it's almost like I don't even need to talk to anyone. Like I just like I like having presence around, if that makes sense. Maybe I should get a dog or something. I don't know. But dogs poop and they, you know what I mean? But anyways, dude. Yeah, so I've been dealing with that the past couple days. I'm actually glad I could talk about this because I kind of wanted to like record that and make a record of it. So yeah, I've been dealing with that the past couple days, but that's why I kind of woke up this morning and I'm like, it's weird, like, because things hit harder when something negative happens within the people that you're friends with if you like live alone. Because it's like you really like that social life, but then if one drops off, like a someone like a friend, or then it hits even harder, you know. So I woke up and I was like, dude, this sucks. But I thought in my head, I was like, it like as soon as I wake up, I'm feeling like this. I'm not gonna let my day be ruined by this. It was like literally a split second decision. I was like, I'm not gonna let this control my day. I didn't even process it or think about it. It was just instinct was like, I'm not letting this control my day. Um, so I got up, I went to the bathroom, and I was like, dude, because I remembered like there's so many times I've been in this mind state, and it reminds me of what I read in a book once. It's like if you can't control your own thoughts, like you can't control anything in life. Like your own brain, if you can't even keep that under control, like what can you really control? You know? And I remember that from time to time. And it's like your reality is kind of shaped by like the thoughts you have in your head, right? Like even not even just in like a metaphysical or superstitious way. It's kind of like even the decisions you make just practically, like things you do throughout the day, the way you hold, keep your chin up, like your confidence, like the way you talk to people, all that stuff. It's kind of like it's shaped by the thoughts in your head, and that shapes your reality, you know what I'm saying? And time and time again I've come into like these darker spots in my head. Not too dark, I mean not as dark as some people, but I just remember that it's all it's all shaped by the thoughts in your head, right? What's up, Alicia? What's up? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. But it's all shaped by the thoughts in your head, right? So it's like I knew that waking up this morning and I was like, I'm not like no, that's not happening. I literally didn't even eat breakfast. I put on my running shoes and I just went for a 2 mile run. Wasn't even supposed to run today, but I just did it. Um, dude, and I felt way better after that because like once you start getting the ball moving and you start doing some productive things, or you go out and it gets the ball rolling, and then that sets off the day. Like, okay, this is gonna be a good day. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, guys. Let me just respond to this person real quick. Just give me one sec. Okay, my bad, my bad. But yeah, dude. So that's why I titled this stream like transmuting negative thoughts into positive ones. I don't exactly know what I titled it, but it's like that is the difference maker for a lot of people. And that goes back to my rumination video that I made recently about like the addiction to ruminating, because even for a second I was about to sit, like while I was going to the bathroom, I was like, should I sit and like process this for a little bit, or like think about it and like figure out how to deal with it? And I was like, no. I'm literally just going to like I already know what I need to do. I know I just need to like not let this control my mind and just go do something that I actually enjoy. And that's what I did. So like it's so easy to get caught in that like ruminating and dwelling on the problems for so long, and then even if I did that for an hour or two, next thing I know, there's 2 hours gone, and then I started off my day that way, right, in that negative way. So then, even by the end of the day, if I catch up, like the whole day wasn't fully there. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to come back from that. So yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like it's not easy to flip the switch in your mind, especially when that rumination brings you dopamine. Like when you're like sulking and like that can bring you dopamine. You know what I mean? Because just thinking and like trying to figure it out can make it feel like you're doing something productive when really you're just like looping in your mind, you know? It's just like you're looping over the same thoughts. Whatever it is, rejection, not feeling good enough, um, who knows what it is, whatever negative thoughts are in your mind, whatever you're looping about. And then you find some way to like, you know, distract yourself within that loop. A lot of us is like scrolling on our phones or, doom scrolling, like, and then next thing you know, a few hours goes by and like you wake up and realize it and you go back to doing work. But then when that feeling comes again, your brain is addicted to that, you know? Your brain knows, okay, where's the dopamine at? It's in the dwelling and ruminating and doom scrolling or whatever looping that you do in your life. But in the end, you're just laying there on the couch or whatever, like, nothing's getting done. So, that's why I set an alarm. I have an alarm go off on my phone every hour that asks me like that question. It's like, what are you doing right now? Because it's so easy to just get caught in that and like not wake up from it and like not bring your head above the water. And yeah, so that's why I have an alarm on my phone go off every hour because as soon as I see it I'm like, okay, let me like do a quick audit of like what I'm doing right now. Like am I doing something productive? Am I doing something like enjoyable? Am I spending time with family or things that are actually important, right? Because a lot of times I see that notification and I'm like, okay, I'm just watching a random YouTube video or I'm just doom scrolling on Instagram. Like, let me get back to doing something real, you know? So there's these little practical things that you can add into your life that help a lot, like setting an alarm and then learning how to actually take breaks. I talked about that in the video as well. Like not taking a doom scrolling break, but like an actual break, like maybe laying down and closing my eyes or like going on a walk or just like enjoying the outdoors or something like a real break, you know? So those have been beneficial as well. But yeah, anyways, I think you are overthinking. Yeah, dude. And that's the thing. That's what I was telling you about. Like, I'm addicted to, or I've been coming out of it recently. But, you know, I think a lot, bro. I think a lot. And it's kind of weird, like the YouTube live, because it feels like I can just think out loud, but also feel like I'm doing something productive for my YouTube channel. I don't know if it's healthy or not. This may be very unhealthy and it may be like reinforcing the overthinking my head, you know? If that makes sense. This may just be reinforcing it and making it worse and almost like rewarding it in a way because like I'm getting likes and like thank you for the likes by the way. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you. But this could be making it worse. I don't know. I got to consider that. And maybe that's why I enjoy it so much because I feel like I can like I said I like talking to people. I like just getting this out. But yeah, so that's interesting. And this is going to stress you more. You mean the live stream or your message? Just get out, walk to a park. Yeah. And that's another reason like I want to move out of this I want to move out of this city and possibly even the country, like at some point. Because I've been to some other countries and like you go outside and people are out. You know what I'm saying? No, like overthinking. Okay, yeah. And that's the thing I've been trying to remind myself recently. That's why I set an alarm like on my phone. It's like, okay, like, a lot of times like you just got to get out of your head. Like you said, overthinking is just like, okay, I'm just looping on the same thing over and over. Like I've been over these same thoughts in my head like 100 times by now. I will spam you through too. Yeah, yeah, spam me. I'm gonna yeah. I've been trying to upload on TikTok, dude. I just followed a bunch of people today to try to get followers because I really want to get followers on TikTok. To be honest, because I want to make like a actual income from social media. Like that's my goal. But that leads me to what I was saying about like possibly moving out of the country. I've been to some other countries where it's like you go outside and there's people out there. Like people literally wake up and just go outside. Like in the US, that is not a thing. Unless you're in like a major city like New York, Chicago. I've only ever really seen it in New York or Chicago. Mexico, you said Mexico's like that? I don't remember. I've been to Cancun when I was a kid. I've been to Cancun and maybe somewhere else. But we were just kind of on the resort, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, a lot of Latin American countries are like that. I'm thinking about moving to Mexico. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Do you speak Spanish? Oh yeah, you told me you speak Spanish. For the same reason exactly, dude. And here's the thing. Here's the craziest part. Is like this country was built for yeah, I know. Don't do that. Yeah, I remember you told me you speak Spanish. But dude, this country was built around cars, right? The infrastructure of this country is like it's made for cars. It's not made for humans. Go out on a normal walk on some sidewalks and like let me know how hostile it feels trying to cross the road or like walk down the road and let me know how many people you see out there. Chances are you might not see anyone, maybe a couple people during the day. But it sucks. The scenery sucks because it's just roads for the most part. Um, you know, even the businesses are made for cars. Go to any business and look outside at how much pavement there is, just parking lots for cars. Um, the restaurants, a lot of them are fast food, drive through, right? It's like the whole country, the highways, everything's like on a big scale made for cars. Look at everyone's home, right? Everyone has a driveway. And for everyone to have a driveway, now you need a road to get into everyone's house basically. So you need a lot of roads. And you need to spread out the neighborhood because these roads need to fit along with the houses. So the sprawl around the major cities is so wide. And then also on top of that, because the sprawl is so wide, you need a car now. Because if you want to like go anywhere, it's too far away to even bike or anything. So you pretty much need a car. Unless, like I said, you're in Chicago or New York, that's pretty much it. But yeah, so it's like in the end, you're left with a lot of convenience, a lot of nice things. Don't get me wrong. I like the convenience and I like the nice things, but you're left with isolation, right? People are very isolated in this country, and it's kind of like everyone just kind of does their own thing or they live with their own family, and that's kind of it, right? There's social spots here and there, but as far as like daily life, it's pretty secluded in general. And I've noticed in other countries that that's not the case. Their daily life is a little more social, and a lot of it has to do with just the physical infrastructure. Like you look at like European countries, like look at like Barcelona or Madrid or something. Like their streets are walkable. Cars don't drive a lot of those streets. They're made for humans to walk on, and the businesses are much more compact. There's no like sprawl because of all the roads. So then people are actually like congregating much more, you know? So if I spam you and make you laugh through TikTok, it's because I don't want you to start being depressed. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's like yeah, I appreciate that. I don't feel depressed. I really don't. I don't feel sad or anything. I just think it's something I noticed that I feel better. I feel more regulated when I'm what is the word? Cohabitating? I feel more regulated when I just have like presence around all the time, you know? Not just like having to go out and socialize because that takes actual effort and work and money. I feel much better when that's just like daily life, like regular life. Not that I feel, like I can't handle myself now. I mean, I feel great. I've felt, thank God. I feel good. I still feel like I get my stuff done. So, but yeah, it's just something I noticed. So, but you said what city are you from Mexico or what city of Mexico are you looking at moving to? Let me know because I didn't know if Mexico was similar to like South American countries. I'm guessing it's probably more similar to South America than it is to the US. But I don't know how it is as far as like their infrastructure. Like, is it made for cars? Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you guys for the likes, man. I appreciate it. Let me know where you're tuning in from if you're watching the live. Let me know. But yeah, man. So it all comes back to like everything in your life is shaped by your thoughts, you know? Like in total, it's everything. And that's where I was this morning, dude. That's where I was. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this ruin my day. It's not gonna happen. Mr. Possessive, what's up, bro? Glad to catch you again. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm trying to look at your profile pic. You are jacked, bro. You're jacked, man. Looking good, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'm trying to get like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost there. But yeah, appreciate you, bro. But yeah, I did not let that shit control my day, man. I woke up, had some negative thoughts and said, "Nope, not today." Thank you. I work out a lot. Yeah, I can see that, bro. I can see that. Keep it up. Thank you, dude. I've been losing some because I'm training for this marathon right now. So I've been running a lot, and I think I've been losing some muscle because of the running, which makes sense. Like my body's trying to become more efficient at cardio, but it is kind of sad. I mean, I've been trying to get some like upper and lower days in at the gym just to maintain the muscle, but like I'm really focused on just getting the best time possible for this marathon, and then after the marathon, I'm gonna get back in the gym and lift again, and like, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. The marathon's in November, but yeah, appreciate that, bro. I actually don't know because I'm worried that like once I run the marathon, I'm gonna want to do an ultra marathon because I've been watching a lot of videos about ultra marathons, and it's hard because like, how much are you running a day? So it depends on the day. Yeah, it is intense. Depends on the day, but I'm right now I'm between 25 and 30 miles a week. Um, I'm ramping it up to 40 miles a week, and I'm gonna hold it there until November. I would do more, but it just takes up so much time, and it's too much time. So that's kind of where I'm just gonna lock it out at is 40 miles. But Yeah, so my hard runs, I do like maybe between 5 to 7 miles right now for like the higher intensity pace. And then my long runs, I've been at anywhere between like 10 to 14 miles recently for the long runs. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, it's like they most of my runs are easy. Like 80, 90% of my runs are easy runs, like slow pace. Just so my body can get more efficient. Um So that's why it takes forever because I'm running at like an 11-minute pace really on these slow runs, and you can do the math. 13, 14 miles at 11-minute pace. It takes hours, bro. What's up, Jessels? Jessels Metals Sonic fan. What's up? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Let me know. I think I print Jessels. Okay. But yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm excited for it. Um, I try to run about 5 miles a day, 5 days a week if I can. Started going harder last year as a mental health. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And what pace are you running at? Like, are you just kind of going for a run and just going off feel, or like, how does that look for you? Currently in NYC, based between Southern California and New York. Okay, okay, got you. Nice, man. I love New York. I was just talking about New York. I don't know if you heard what I was talking about with like me wanting to move to like maybe there's really only two cities in the US that I can think of that are like that connected, like Chicago and New York. New York especially, where you don't need a car and it's kind of like not it's like you can actually live without a car. But I've been looking at moving outside the US and stuff, like places that are more human scaled. Um but yeah, Southern California is amazing. I was out in San Diego a few years ago. The mountains too, they're beautiful. So it's hard to leave the US, dude. Like this country is awesome. I mean, we have so much like dude, the mountains out there, the beaches. I mean, the beaches are nice. The water's nice, but it's so cold. Um like year round, but yeah, it's beautiful out there, dude. What's up? What's up, Vane? Vane de Simon. Vanity Simon. I generally go off feel lately because it's supplemental to my actual workout. I can definitely time myself for an updated pace though. Okay, got you. Yeah, yeah. I actually enjoy going off feel a lot more. So that's what I don't know if like after this training plan, I might do the same thing where it's just like it's so much more enjoyable sometimes to just go run and like not be checking my watch all the time cuz like I wear this watch every day. This Garmin. Um and it's like I try to stay in these heart rate zones cuz like that's based on the training plan that I set up. And there's something nice about this like just like dude, I haven't gone on a run without my watch in like 8 9 months maybe. Where are you based? I'm in Florida right now. I'm in Florida. When I run, I just put on my music and run the circuit. I know it's 5 miles. It's my yeah, dude. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, you can just literally zone out and it's like meditative almost. Yeah, it's definitely a good time. I enjoy it too. Sometimes I enjoy running with other people too. I noticed I like or I like running with other people a lot, like almost more than running by myself. But sometimes those long runs where you just go out by yourself, it's like, dude, it's like magical in a way. It's like totally meditative. You get into those deep thoughts and like nothing around you to bother you. Sometimes I don't even like I go out with my headphones. Recently I've been doing this a lot. I go out with my headphones thinking I'm going to listen to music and I'm just like I don't even want to listen to music right now. Like my thoughts are just like exactly where I want them to be. I don't want anyone's lyrics or music to like excuse me, to like change how I'm feeling right now because like the music can totally change your vibe. I'll run sometimes with people. I was almost a personal trainer, so sharing fitness with people is super. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you know how it is. It is fun. I don't know how I don't know how nice it would be to be a personal trainer though. I'm not sure because then like it starts mixing business with it, and that might kill a little bit of enjoyment because sometimes and then sometimes you have I feel like you have clients that like don't want to do the work or they're like not listening or like that might be frustrating where it's like you can see their potential but then you got to like make it easier or something just because you know they're not going to do it or something like I don't know, that might be frustrating. And then you have the whole business side around it too. Like no matter what business you try to run, there's certain things that are just guaranteed that you have to deal with, like accounting, especially with personal training. You got to keep a list of your clients, you got to, follow up. It just starts to turn into and then you got to go out and get leads, right? As a personal trainer, you got to get leads because you're constantly trying to get more people. And then you can go the online route where it's like, okay, maybe you can like scale it and like sell like a program or something or do some online personal training. And then it's hard because I didn't go for it for exactly those reasons. I wanted the gym to be fun and I'll help people who genuinely want it, but the business seems stressful. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it comes back it turns into a service business at the end of the day, whether you're a plumber, landscaper, personal trainer, it's a service business, so all those things it's like they're very similar businesses in a way. And that's what I've noticed is like another problem with the personal training, unless you do it online in like a scalable way where you're like selling a package or something that can like doesn't need you to be there, you're still basically selling your hours for money. And recently I've been really focused on building ways to like get out of that because no matter what you're doing, if you're selling your hours for money or your time for like a specific rate, you're capped at that rate. You know what I mean? Um, and not to say that you can't build a model around personal training that isn't like that. You could maybe build a personal training business. Like I've seen local gyms around here that are like focused on like there's CrossFit gyms, there's high intensity gyms, whatever type of working out you're into, and then you can scale it. But I think for me, no matter what business it is, like trying to get to the position where like I'm just not trading my time for money anymore. And it would be cool to run a gym, like one of those like intense gyms where like you have really dedicated people, like members. Like maybe it costs a little more, but then you can hire out personal trainers to do the personal training for you, and then it's really scalable. And then, you can build those systems within it that'll work for you. And that's where I think it would start to get enjoyable. Because once you build out those systems, you got the trainers, you got the members paying monthly, you got the people cleaning the gym, you got your accountant, whatever. Like you built the system that it's kind of just the machine that runs itself. Now you can go in there as the owner and like hit some sick workouts, invite people, join in on the training sessions. Like that would be pretty sick. And like really just enjoy the fitness and like have all that happen at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You totally get it, man. I work in nightlife and entertainment, so I have flexibility in my time, but training felt restrictive and more complex than selling my hours in other ways. Good fallback plan. You're working. What do you do in nightlife and entertainment? That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I love. I used to work at a couple concert venues in Detroit. That was fun, man. That was fun. Let me know what you do. It sounds fun. I have flexibility in my time, but training felt restrictive and more complex than selling my hours in other ways. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, dude, I was thinking about the same thing because I'm like, you look like super fit, so I'm guessing you're the same. But I enjoy getting like super scientific and like deep on the into the nitty gritty of like the super fine tuned like workouts, like really getting into the science that like a lot of people don't really care about. Most people that want a personal trainer, it's like they're not that type of person because that type of person doesn't need a personal trainer. They're already training themselves, right? Most people that want a personal trainer just kind of want to just show up and like do what you tell them to do for a little bit and like not usually work that hard and just that's kind of what, so it's like it's hard because you want to have these conversations and these interactions with people that love working out, but as a personal trainer, it's like that type of person isn't really, unless you're like a higher level trainer, like working with professionals, like professional athletes. I don't know, but that was like that was what seemed a little weird about the personal training for me. But not that I really considered it that much as you. It seemed like you did, but live music. I'm an exotic dancer and DJ. Dang, that's sweet. Exotic dancer. Do you make a lot of tips doing that? DJ, that's sick, dude. That's sick. I always wanted to DJ. What kind of music? Like house music, dubstep? What are we talking here? I love nerding out over the depths of fitness. Yeah, dude. Exactly. Exactly. Same here, man. You know how it is. I make great Yeah, I bet, dude. I bet. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's good to hear. And that's a fun lifestyle for sure. I can imagine. I can imagine. But yeah, man, nerding out over fitness, like I feel that. And yeah, I do the same thing. Like I've been going to the run club a lot, and I'll just start talking about science and like going in depth, and I can see like the people I'm talking to, I just start to lose their like attention, like slowly. They're just backing away mentally. Some people are like listening, and then some people will start engaging with me back. But like I see a lot, like when I start going a little too in depth scientifically, like, and I see their attention just like if they just say like 3 or 4 times in a row, like I'm like okay, I gotta chill out because I'm talking about heart rate zones. I'm talking about diet, all these plans and everything, and I'm like offering them plans. I'm like, dude, this is your goal for that race. Like, I got you. I'll make you a plan right now. And it just gets a little too like, a lot of people just want to have a good time. Dance music and everything under that umbrella. House, EDM, some trance. I'm inspired by 90s to 2010s dance. That's sick, yeah. Good era, dude. I love techno. That's me. I love techno. I'm from Detroit, so that's where techno originated, but yeah, I love techno music. I'm not too big of a house fan, to be honest with you. I feel like the build up in house, like, hear me out. I really like nice melodies and drops. Not like not like the dubstep style. Like I used to like dubstep a lot, but I don't like the repetitive like and then dubstep drop, and then like you wait till the next one, and then like 2 minutes later, it's just very repetitive, like build up, drop. Not necessarily like that, but like I like super melodic, like techno and drops, and I feel like the house music, it's really like I don't know if it's like a lot of drums and snares, and it's just like same beat, and then you might have like a drop every like here and there. And I feel like even on those drops, like in the house music shows that I've been to, like people are loving it at that moment. and then it's back to like repetitive dancing, if that makes sense. And I just feel like I'm like, dude, give me some more of those drops. You know what I mean? That's how I feel when I'm at a house show. You sound like a great workout buddy. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. You do too. You do too. Yeah, but I go to Planet Fitness, yeah, so you can imagine I kind of just lock in and do my own thing. Techno is great. Yeah, dude, I love techno. I love techno, and I feel like like early 2000s up to like you said like 2010 techno. Psh, what an era, dude. What an era. House can definitely be that way. It's all about mood, and when you're building a set, so you want to keep the mood flowing and not be boring. Okay, yeah, okay, I got you. I got you. It could have just been the artist that I saw, because I went to Movement Music Festival. It used to be Detroit Electronic Music Festival, but they had a lot of house artists. Some of them good, some of them really good. Some of them, like you said, could be a little more boring. But I guess yeah, you just gotta like know the mood. Yeah, like you said, keep it flowing. How's your experience with Planet Fitness? I mean, dude, for the price, it's like I can't complain. Um, Plus they have gyms all over the country, so wherever I go, like I can just hit a gym. Recently, they've been adding squat racks too, which that was like one of the biggest issues for like people that are lifters was that they only had the Smith machines. But recently, they've been adding squat racks, and I think they're gonna start adding it into all their gyms. So that like really helps a lot. Having like an actual squat rack with like free free weight Olympic bars. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's got pretty much everything that like for the most part. I mean, if you like really specific lifting equipment, you're not gonna find it, but like it's got pretty much everything. They even got rowing machines. They got these nice bikes now with like screens. Like you can like at least the one I've been to, you can like go to different areas in the world on the bike, like hit some nice cycling workouts, a lot of shit. Um, the problem is you can't go like at least around where I'm at. Any Planet Fitness you go to, you cannot go during peak hours. It's cooked. It's completely cooked during peak hours because they do have everything, but there's like limited amounts of like the things that everyone likes. Like for example, the leg extension, dude. If you go during peak hours, you're not getting on that thing. That's the only problem I have with Planet Fitness is like I feel like they really oversell those memberships, and they do because if they had all their members there at the same time, I mean it would be way over capacity. But um that's the one thing I noticed about the bigger gyms that are more expensive is that they just have like more of the same thing. But other than that, if you don't go there on like peak hours or you don't necessarily use the same machines as everyone else, like you should be pretty fine. And I think it's a good price. Sorry, that was a totally long and drawn out review of Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is super convenient, but you hear the stories about the limitations. I think it's worth it from the times I've been. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, recently they've been adding more stuff. So I haven't felt super limited, but at the same time, like just the vibe in there, it just doesn't like I've been to like some powerlifting gyms and you really go in there like, okay, I'm gonna make some gains today. You know what I'm saying? Like amped up, like ready to go, and you just don't get those vibes in Planet Fitness. It's kind of just like everyone has their headphones in. Most people are just going in there to just get a workout in, not super intense. And like you can get intense, but just like the vibes, it's like everything's purple. Um, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like it doesn't give like you go to like a Gold's Gym or like a powerhouse, like you're ready to like you're ready to throw down. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna give you that. But what's up, Mary Lou? I like the emojis. I don't know how many emojis you can put in here. I'm glad they're expanding with it. I feel the vibe assessment is right though. A lot of their clientele just wants the bare minimum. Exactly, yeah. And that's what it is. I mean, the people that work out hard and they do, you know, they're really into it. It's just not their target market, you know. I mean, it is at this. I mean, some people like that they want something cheap. I mean, but for the most part, they're going after the masses. For me, recently, like I haven't worried too much about the vibe ever since I like really started getting on a plan because it took all the thinking out of it for me. Because now I'm not thinking like, oh, am I like motivated for this workout? Am I feeling good in this vibe in this gym? It's like, okay, just do exactly what the plan says to the best of my ability and just trust the plan. Trust the training plan that it'll take me where I want to go. And that's it, you know. God willing, you know, it'll get me there and that's it, you know. But yeah, man, dude, I like those emojis, Mary Lou. Oh, I got a smile, okay. There's my fake smile. Yeah, man. It seems to be working. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking like you, but appreciate that. Yeah, dude, I'm trying to like I mean, right now I'm focused on the marathon. I really want to like do well in this marathon. My goal is I'm going to throw it out there now. I could be way off. Okay? So whatever I post online, I don't want anyone holding me to it. But my goal is sub 3 hours for the marathon. We'll see how I do. I don't know. It could be like 3.5 hours, could be 4 hours. I could be way off. But that's the goal. Make you lean yeah, man. Yeah. It's just the muscles, you know, like it's hard, like because I was way bigger before. It's hard. It's hard. I don't know, because you when you get to that level of muscle, you're like, it's like an identity. You know what I'm saying? You start to lose it. You just, oh man, it's hard. But that being said, I feel way better. Like the smaller I get, every mile I run feels easier and easier, and that's fun. That's fun. Running and swimming thins you out. Yeah, yeah. No, it is. It is fun. Like literally physically feeling lighter. And like after a couple months, like when you hit a new level, like I'm looking at my watch and I'm like running a pace. I'm like, wait, why is my heart rate like still low though? You know? Why is my heart rate not jumping as much as it normally does? And then I'm holding that for like a couple miles and I'm like, dude, like I can handle this. Like I'm tired. Like this is physically hard, but like my heart rate is low relatively. And like I'm not hitting a wall where it's like, oh shit. Now I just gotta slow down. It's like I'm tired, but like, dang, I can keep going, you know? And that's pretty fun. And the more weight I lose, you know, every pound is just like, it's, yeah, it's pretty cool. And keep in mind, I started this running thing at like 210 pounds. I'm down to like 185, 190 now. So, I mean, much lighter. Like every step is like so much lighter. I love the emojis, Mary Lou. Yeah, those are sick. I didn't even know you could put those emojis until you started doing that. I wish I could do the chat myself too. Your body is adjusting well in real time, and that's super good. Some people push themselves too hard, too fast. Yeah, dude, and it's so counterproductive, especially when they're trying to build like working out habits. Is like I try to tell people like keep it easy in the beginning. Like as soon as it gets to the point where you're grinding too hard in the gym, if you're a beginner, like dial it back. Because some people like they'll go hit a hard ass workout and feel good, but then it just reinforces in their mind like working out equals grinding hard, and it makes it that much harder to get started the next time because they're thinking, "Dang, if I gotta go work out, I gotta like sweat my ass off and like do a lot of hard work." And a lot of times it's like not even necessarily needs to be the case, you know? Like it's but it let me put it this way, like it'd be better if you did you know, like a mile run every day versus like 10 miles one day, but then you only do it once a month, you know? Like your total mileage, if you just did a mile a day, is going to be 30 at the end of the month versus the 10 miles, you know? So if you're just going to like completely beat down your body and then like, and plus the recovery is harder. If you go into the gym and go like super hard, you're recovering for days now, you know? But if you can keep it lighter, I mean, for the lifting, it's different because you really want to, break down the muscles and get those gains, you know? But especially for the cardio, if you can run at a, make it easier run and hit more mileage, it's gonna like do a lot more, um, gonna be a lot more beneficial for the system just to have those more miles logged and stacked onto your base, versus just going and just destroying your legs and like on a hard run and then having to recover from that for like a week, you know? People think going super hard will get them there faster, but it's all about progress over time. Similar to dieting isn't about restricting, but adjusting and lifestyle change. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. You know how it is, and that's what I try to tell people. I'm like, dude, you don't have to be you don't have to be hungry all the time to lose weight. Like you don't. It's it's about what you're eating. It's about your sleep, making sure you're sleeping enough and your timing and everything. Like you don't need to be hungry all the time to lose weight. Yeah, you will be hungry all the time if you want to eat nothing but donuts and lose weight. Yeah, then okay, now you got to dial back. But like you said, if you can change the lifestyle, change the foods, like you can be like very full, feel very satiated, and get the body you want. So it's just I went through cuts where I'm starving, but that's unhealthy. Really, you just need to get your needs met. Yeah, yeah, and the cuts are hard, dude. No one knows because that hard workouts are hard, but not nearly as hard as cutting. Because cutting is like it's a 24/7 thing. You're like hungry all the time, counting calories like at a deficit, and then it makes the workouts harder because you have less energy. But then also the recovery is harder on the body because you don't have enough calories, like, or you do have enough, but like it's just much harder on the system. So cutting is really hard, dude. Cutting is really hard, but for the most people, like them cutting from like a 30-40% body fat down to like 15-20, that's not as difficult as like someone that's like already pretty fit trying to get to like, you know, um bodybuilding show fat percentage. Like that is a exponentially harder, I believe, fat loss journey than getting to just a normal weight. Because I think even around like 15-20% you can feel like great, maybe like even 10 to 15%. Once you start getting to like 10 or lower, like that's when it starts to get intense, dude. I have to keep my apartment so sparse, otherwise I'll want to binge during the cut. It's iron will strength. Yeah, dude. Exactly. Exactly. You really got to like design the entire environment around it. Otherwise, like you see that food and it's a wrap, dude. And even if you have the discipline today, maybe you have the discipline for a couple weeks, like eventually you see that shit and you're just like, dude, I'm smashing that food. So I know what you mean. Um yeah, recently I've just been like I don't necessarily like feel the need. I mean, you might be in the bodybuilding space. I think in the bodybuilding space, like it's a much more desired thing to just get to those low body fat percentages. But recently I'm like, dude, I'm just like, you know, um feel like actually feeling healthy and like fitness first. And through that, you will have a pretty good looking body. You may not be like, single digit body fat, but as long as I, have relatively the muscles I want, I'm feeling fit cardio wise, and I feel like I look good, or at least I feel I look good, Those are those are enough. And then um just focusing on like the metrics of what I'm going for. Like for the marathon, getting my fastest marathon time, not focused on like, can I run a sub 3 hour marathon while looking jacked as fuck with like veins popping, you know what I mean? Because those are just different goals. Those are goals that don't align with each other. Because yeah, so dude, I love these emojis, Mary Lou. These are sick. They're so colorful. I recently tried these protein Doritos though, so that's been helpful. Damn, Doritos makes protein chips, or is that a different brand? I'm a snacker, so at least it's beneficial. Yeah, dude. And try I mean you probably already know, but these like little they have like these little rice cake snacks. Dude, you can eat like a whole bag. It's like 100 calories. Don't know if they're good for you or not. Um, but yeah, if you want like a snack for like low calories, those are good. Like I said, I've been on like a different tip recently where it's just like, okay, I did the cutting the calories with like the mass amount of food that I can do. So I did like the fat-free cheese, the snacks that are like super low calorie, but who knows what's in them as far as like they got, you ingredient list as long as like a book. But recently I've just been trying to like transition into just like, okay, what is like real food? What is like whole foods as natural as I can get? So yeah, that's been like an even deeper step, which is also hard. Everybody everyone's body is different, so knowing what your individual needs are and not comparing it to anyone. Yeah, dude. Definitely. Definitely. Because and that's what I did. I've done diets like you probably heard of him, Brian Johnson. I did his diet for like a while. And it was just like, dude, this is not doing it for me. So I tinkered on it a little bit. I found like some things I can tolerate, some things I can't tolerate. But it's like if you're just suffering from a diet, like that's not worth it. It's not. It's just you might as well find something else. Something that does work with you, and that's just mentally. Like even just physically too, people have different needs. Some people might live like I'm in Florida. I get a lot more sun. Some people might need more vitamin D up in the north, or whatever. But it's Doritos brand, 10 grams per serving versus 2 grams. Damn, 10 grams of protein per. What the? That's insane. I need to look that up, dude. I definitely need to look that up. 10 grams per serving. Dude, I need to go smash a bag of those right now. I know I'm talking about like natural, but that just needs to happen before I, go back to the natural shit because that is interesting. Rice cakes are clutch. I'll put a little peanut butter on there and it's key. Dude, the peanut butter though. I had to cut the peanut butter when I was cutting. Unless you're using the dude, I forgot the name of the brand, but it's like the peanut butter powder. that you mix the water with, and they suck all the fat out of it. That's relatively low calorie, I guess. But the regular peanut butter, dude, it was just too many calories. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it when I was cutting. Like a spoon was like 400 calories or something. Maybe not that much, but yeah, it was hard. It's hard with the peanut butter. Where's your friend? I think her name Cross, dude. Yeah, Cross. I don't know. She's a mod. I made her a mod at the other stream. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Cross, Mary Lou. I don't know what happened to Cross. Maybe she'll pop in at some point. Everyone needs a little junk, so might as well give you your protein. Right, right. Yeah, good call. Good call. It's actually been hard for me recently to like make sure I'm getting enough protein. So that's a good call. Peanut butter is my guilty pleasure. Yeah. You ever tried the peanut butter powder where you mix it with water? Let me know. I want to know if you tried that. But you have her IG. Yeah, yeah. She reached out. I don't know. Haven't gotten a response, but yeah, hopefully she's doing well. But yeah, I haven't seen her in any of the streams recently. But let me know if you tried. I think I actually have some of that peanut butter powder, bro. Let me see. Yes, dude, I do. This shit. Literally powdered peanut butter. You see that? So it's like 60 calories for 2 tablespoons. And then I got the Jif over here. Let's see. 2 tablespoons, 190 calories. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like not as good though. Not nearly as good. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully she pops in here. I've definitely tried the powder. It's good for the cut, but doesn't scratch the itch the same. Yeah, dude, it really doesn't. And that's why it's just sitting in my cabinet. Because I'm like, oh, this is just so lame. It's so not it. Because it's just not sweet. Like the Jif, or even the natural peanut butter. I don't know, just having the oil in it, it needs oil. Peanuts are not right without oil. But it goes good in like protein shakes and stuff though. I noticed I can get the peanut butter flavor in there for lower calories in the protein shakes without really noticing a difference. Um but yeah, then sometimes you put like too much water in that shit and it's just like, all right, this is just soup now and I'm you know what I'm saying? Peanut butter yeah, you could try it, Mary Lou. It's it's really not that bad. It's not that bad. If you get the right consistency, don't put too much water. If you put too much water, then you're just eating peanut butter soup. It's just nasty. It's not too bad. It'll help you lose weight for sure. If you want to get that peanut butter fix, um, it'll help for sure. Trashy, trashy peanut butter is so yummy. LOL. Trashy, is that like the name of the brand, or you're talking about Jif? Because Jif is like the loaded up with sugar. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be like the natural good stuff, but Jif is just so good. It hits right every time. Vain, Vanedition. Vanedition. Good to see you again. Just like fattening peanut butter is good, but not good for you. Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's designed to taste good, you know. I was talking to my dad about that the other day because we were watching videos about people that are coming here for the World Cup. They're coming from other countries. What's up, Tanya? How do you have my How do you have my YouTube channel? Let me know. Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. But I was talking to my dad about that the other day. About people coming here from other countries, from like Europe, South America, and them trying the American food, and they're all like loving it. Like especially like Texas barbecue. I see a lot of like videos about that. But in this country specifically, a lot of foods are just designed to just max dopamine. You know what I mean? Like max satisfaction. So it's hard to maneuver through the swamp of just trash food. But we're getting it done, man. Mr. Possessive is getting it done. So vain, not vain. Va, Vane, Vane, not vain. Vane Dision. Okay. I've seen those tourists coming here and acting like Walmart is a theme park. Yeah, dude. Because it is like a theme park to them. Dude, it's huge. It's huge. They don't have supermarkets like that in other countries. Oh, my little son. Good to see you, Tanya. Good to see you. Um, dude, yeah. They really don't have stuff like that over here, and it's kind of depressing almost in a way. Like it's super convenient to be able to just go to Walmart and get whatever you need, but because it's so convenient, and that's what I was talking to the stream about earlier. Like I think Mary Lou was here, been here as well, but because it's so convenient, you only need to go like, or maybe okay, maybe you need to grocery shop more than once a week, but like for the most part, you go to the store once a week, you're stocked up. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to go out and get things anymore. In other countries, it's like you might go out in the morning, get the bread for the day, go get some food for the day. You go to multiple different shops to get your stuff, you know, you're socializing. Things are in a human scale, so it's not like a giant parking lot that you need to walk through, and not everyone's just in their secluded car. Um, you know, you're walking on streets that other humans walk on. So it's like it's just a different lifestyle, dude, and I don't know if I enjoy it as much as I do enjoy the conveniences. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't think I would really notice or be grateful as I am or as I should be until like I leave and I don't have it. So I do like the conveniences, but yeah, there's a trade-off. It's like Costco, you go buy things in bulk and it's so convenient but not great for you otherwise. Yeah, dude, Costco, dude, you can stock up at Costco for months on some stuff. Like literally months. I have this extra virgin olive oil. Dude, I have like jars of it because everything you get there is huge. You know what I'm saying? I have like, dude, I have like boxes of chicken broth. Like I don't even use it that much, but they only sell it in this huge box of like eight containers. So Costco especially, dude. The only thing you really need to go back for is like the fresh produce and stuff. But even like the meat, you can just keep it in a freezer. Like you're good to go. All right, good night, Mary Lou. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in here. Good night. Dang it, yeah, it's been 75 minutes. I will probably pop off the stream as well, but Costco is for big families, and when you're a single guy, it's almost yeah, it's way overkill. It's way overkill because some stuff like it's too much. It'll literally go bad. I mean, it's nice to get gas there or whatever, but I mean they do have some good prices on stuff too. But it is kind of overkill as like a single guy. Um, yeah, I usually just go to Walmart. Unfortunately, like I would love to go to like a go all organic, but just like, dude, the prices are insane. Which sometimes I try not to even think like that. I'm like, dude, don't even think it's expensive. Just think about how you can go get more income. Which like that is the main goal, but at the same time, working with what I got, like, and Walmart's right up the street, so. But dude, the prices at like I went to Sam's Club. The prices are way better on a lot of stuff. I might even get a membership just to go pick up some things. Because some things that you can just keep in stock, like, and they're not gonna go bad for like a year or two, you know. So I might do that just for like some bulk items to get for cheaper. Like, dude, the chicken thighs. The chicken thighs at Sam's Club were like literally half the price of Walmart. Like literally half the price, and I was like, okay, just that alone might do it for me. See you, Mary Lou. Have a good night. Have a good night. My name's Mark, by the way. Mark. Okay, I got you. Mr. Possessive is Mark. Okay. Thank you guys for the likes and stuff, like for tuning in for real. Appreciate you guys. It's good to be able to interact one on one, and that's something you can't do through the videos, you know. Posting the videos. You post, you might get a comment, and then it's kind of separate, but this is like live in the weeds. Chicken is a constant need. Yeah, exactly, dude. Chicken itself might just be enough reason for me to get a membership. That might pay for it. That literally might pay for it. Because, like I said, the chicken thighs were like half price. They were like literally half price of what they were at Walmart. What's up, Alice? Let me know where you're tuning in from. But yeah, man. And I just keep those frozen in the freezer. But that's Sam's Club. I haven't been to Costco recently. I'm guessing it's probably pretty similar. But I know people that have memberships literally just so they can go to the food court. Have a good one, Mary Lou. Literally just so they can go to the food court. Because they got pretty decent like if you're down to just eat some pizza and some hot dogs, like they got some good prices on that too. But you know, obviously, with our goals, it's not necessarily what we want to be doing. But yeah, thank you guys for the likes, man. For real, appreciate you guys. Nice to meet you, Mark. You said you're in New York right now. Are you in like New York City or, dude? I heard the prices in New York are insane. Like for food, I heard it's like eggs are like $10 like a carton. Of course, yeah. Good to see you, Mary Lou. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Dude, I heard the prices up there are insane. But NYC, yeah, out here for some events, and it's really expensive. LOL. Yeah, but is the does the income reflect that, or is the income similar to what you could make in other states, and you're just paying a premium? Yeah, appreciate that, man. It's nice to meet you. But yeah, like if the income's the same and the prices are more, that sucks. But if you're making more income in the city and it equals out, then it's basically it equals out. You know, it's a non-issue. So, because I heard people like just make more in general out there, like whether it's an office job or, but I don't know how the people at in like a lower level job do it. I don't know how they get by because I don't think they're. I don't. I might be wrong, but I don't know what their minimum wage is. But like someone telling me like it's like $9, $10 a carton of eggs. That's like, dude, I don't know how you do it. But it sounds like you make some pretty good money. What you're doing. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how often you're you're getting those gigs or whatever, but it sounds like it might be some good money. Depending on the gig you get, you make enough that it's worth it. For me, it's worth it, but there's a lot of neighborhoods that are struggling. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. And are you like how does it work? Like are you working for like you're like what is it called? Like you kind of just dude, what's the word? Not freelance. Is that the word? Freelance? I guess that's the word. You kind of like just they book you as like a separate like you run your own thing or are you working for the dude, I don't know what to say. Like the businesses themselves, you know? Like are you dude, I don't know how to describe it. You know what I'm saying? Are you freelance? I think that's the right word. Three to five nights a week. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That gives you enough time like to actually have a life, you know what I mean? Because I know some people that are making good money, but they're working 78 hours a week and then you add commute time and then wind down time and dude, it's a hard life. Yeah, I'm freelance. I go where the gigs are. I'm self-employed and go where the clubs. Okay, that's pretty cool. Damn, that's sick. That's sick. And then how do you land them? Like are you literally like is it like a cold calling thing? Like are you just cold calling these businesses or are they like finding you somehow? Or is it like you market through social media or like how does that work? Or is there like a platform where like they can hire you from? I'm guessing it's probably like social media, right? Well, that's sick, dude. Vegas. I went out to Vegas last year. Vegas is sick. I love Vegas. The outdoors. A lot of people don't talk about that. Like for people that are into, working out and being outdoors, Vegas is a great spot. So many nice trails. It's relatively cheap to live too. You got sun like year round pretty much. Yeah, Vegas was nice. For the outdoors really. The strip was nice too. If you want to go out, you always have the strip there. It's like Friday night every night. The airport was right like 10 minutes off the strip. It was pretty convenient. It's a little of everything. I'm on websites and apps, but social media and word of mouth do want. Okay, got you. So it's kind of just like getting your name out there any way possible. Yeah, that's sick, dude. I saw some of the Vegas content. It looks like you had a dude. Appreciate that, man. I'm glad someone watched it. It's really hard. I don't know. I mean, because I was on the trip and I was trying to enjoy it, so it's like, yeah, the next time I go on a trip, like, I'm really gonna like actually, vlog, so I can like really give people some good content. Because because I'm really not getting much views on it, so I'm glad you watched it. Though. I appreciate that. But and I think I'm not getting much views just because it's just not valuable enough. Like, I'm showing some scenery, but I think I really want to like give a good recap and like value in these travel vlogs. So that's gonna be my goal on the next trip. Is like actually, if I'm with a group, get away from the group and literally like just go make a vlog, or like just vlog in general. Post noties on, dude. That is awesome, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you, dude. I didn't know anyone had post notifications on. That's awesome, bro. Do you have the next trip planned? So I am gonna be posting soon about my recent trip that I took in May. Dude, I have some. Let me. There's no excuses, okay? I'm gonna post the content, okay? I was gonna say some random stuff, but I'm gonna post the content, and then my next trip, um, if I can, you know what? I can. I'm gonna speak this into existence. My next trip before the end of the year, I want to go to Europe. I'm calling it right now. Before the end of the year, I want to go to Europe, and dude, I think the content out there would be sick. I, I just that's my goal, and then I want to like go solo, dude. I want to go solo and like really focus on like making some high quality vlogs. Not necessarily like super crazy on the editing or production, but just like really like okay, show people what they want to see, you know what I'm saying? Talk to the camera, really give like some good shots. Europe is a blast, you'll love it. Yeah, dude, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. I feel like Europe is just calling me. My bad. I'm just responding to someone real quick. But yeah, man, Europe seems like a really fun spot. It really does seem like a fun spot. When you travel solo, you can have an easy and cheap. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, you can make it as cheap as possible. Like, dude, I'm the type of guy like I'll camp in a tent. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I look at it is like the cheaper I can make this trip, that allows me to go on another trip even sooner because I got more funds for it. Um, but when you go with other people, it's like now you got to consider everyone else's wants. Everyone wants to go do this one thing. Okay, now we're going. Okay, that was $50, $100. It starts to, and then like my goal is to vlog it. When you're with a group, it's like, yeah, you can vlog, and maybe people are okay with vlogging, but like a lot of times it's like, okay, they're on vacation, and it's like I'm not trying to like disrupt other people's vacation with me just being on a vlog camera, because then they're not gonna have fun. And then if they're not having fun, then it's just weird for me. It's like, all right, why are we even doing this? So then it's just like that's what going with a group makes it a lot harder to vlog. Unless everyone is like in on it, like, okay, we're all here, like we all want to make some content, that type of thing. But Europe is pretty safe too, so if you can find a reliable hostel, that's a good option. Things like, yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. I have heard about the hostels. I heard you can get them for like $20, $30 a night, so that would be cool. I think the main expense probably would just be like the plane ticket, but I forgot about the hostels, dude. I might look into that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Cause I got some stuff coming up with like work and everything, but I'll definitely look into that. But yeah, I won't say where I'm going yet, but the content will show eventually. And I'm super pumped about it, dude. I'm super pumped about it. I just want to get this channel really going. I've made some content here and there, but I really just want to get it going. It'll be worth the surprise. Appreciate that. Thanks for turning on the post notifications, man. Like for real. That's awesome. It just um yeah, I appreciate you watching, dude. Like it's just it's pretty cool. Sometimes you get this like when people aren't watching, you're like, dude, am I really putting out good stuff? Like, is this even really providing any value to anyone? So it's like you constantly just keep trying to reiterate and improve. And yeah, dude, it's just cool to hear someone's watching. You made a comeback. Yeah, dude. Yeah. How long you been watching, by the way? Cause yeah, I took like a break for like a year because I was just working this retail job, and dang, dude, it just really it was like I was like in survival mode almost, because my hours were so all over the place. It was like I would close one night, open the next morning, close the next night, open, and my manager was just like always on me, like giving me the hardest tasks, making like just always on my ass, dude. And it was just like I was there for almost 2 years. And by the time you get to your off day, you're just sleeping, or by the time you get home from like retail, it's just like you're so drained. And I know it's not an excuse. I shouldn't have made it an excuse, but yeah, so and plus I wanted to make interesting vlogs, of me like going out and traveling or going to cool places or something, and it's just like every day I was just going to the same store. That was like what most of my days looked like. And it just wasn't, I don't know, I just stopped yeah, I guess I just stopped making videos, which I shouldn't have done, but now I know, like, cuz with apps like this, like, or platforms like this, like social media, and they really rewards consistency, which makes sense cuz like that's their product. They have advertisers that want to advertise on videos, and they want to put these advertisements on videos that are getting consistent views. So it makes sense, like it rewards consistency. So now I'm just focused on like, let me just keep going and keep putting out the videos no matter what's going on in my life. It's been a while. Last fall, I think I found you and watched what you had up. Dang, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Damn. Yeah, thanks for watching, man. And what do you enjoy more, if you don't mind me asking? Like the me going out and like travel content, like vlog style, showing scenery, or like me just talking to the camera? Because I'm curious of which one, like, because I kind of want to do both. That's my main goal, like just do both. But what do you do for work now? Um, so right now I'm in between jobs. Actually, I left the retail job, and soon I will be working from home for a company. So yeah, that starts pretty soon until I finish school. But once I finish school, I'll be licensed, and then yeah. So I start that job in the middle of July. So I just left the retail job, and then my new job starts in the middle of July. So I'm just in between jobs right now. But it'll be work from home, like what do you call it? Administrative work. So I honestly think both have their place, and I watch both. As people, we are multifaceted, so it's great to see what people have to offer. As long as it's authentic, which is yours, that's okay, cool. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, because like you said, multifaceted, like, yeah, because it's like I want to show like the places I'm going, but then also talk about life along the way. So like that's kind of like the vision. Administration. Yeah, it's not definitely not the end goal, man. It's just income for now. Definitely not my style. Definitely not my style. I mean, I can do it. Um and it's going to be nice to be able to work from home because there's no commute time and stuff like that, but yeah, administrative work. That's funny. Hang on one second. But and if you work from home, you can do it anywhere, so it'll open you. Up to travel opportunities. Dude, you know what the problem is? This job, dude, so they send me a desktop computer soon in like the next week or two, and they track the location. So I can't do it from anywhere. I have to be at home. So this job really is like a means to an end. It literally is just like give me some income in the meantime until I get my license, which will be like very soon. So I don't even expect to be working at this job for like more than a month. Maybe a couple months if it's not bad. I don't know. But yeah, dude, it is brutal. But honestly, man, honestly, like my dream, and I've been speaking it out into like existence recently, because like I kind of held it back for a lot of years. You've seen my older videos, like I didn't really tell anyone about my channel or anything in my personal life. But now it's like, dude, I am so ready. Like, I just want to be like, this might sound cringe, but it is what it is. I just want to like actually be like full time content creator. And yeah, dude, it's just like that's what I want to do. And I have found some like potential avenues to like actually get a relatively normal, stable income from it. And it doesn't have to be insane, dude. I don't need to make, $1 million a year. That's not what it needs to be. If I can just make like sustainable like income, dude, literally like I don't know, $3,000 a month would pay for everything I need. Not even. Then I'm in. I'm done. And if I can do that and even arbitrage and possibly live in other countries for a while, that's why I'm learning Spanish as well. But like even other countries, like cost of living could be way down. And if I can make money in US dollars and like, you know, just have freedom of location, then then I really could like double or triple what I'm making really or like, my buying power in those other countries. But I've learned enough through like businesses that I've started and jobs that I've had and like things that I've done that like there's certain things like if I really want to feel like I made it into something that like I really want to be in, it just needs to be there. And the first thing is like the time freedom that we talked about earlier. Selling the hours for money, it's capped. Don't get me wrong, I will do it though. If it's like something I enjoy and it's a good enough amount of money, so long as it comes with the second part, which is freedom of location. That seems to be the much harder piece. And um that seems to be much harder. And there's a few ways that I've found that like that can happen and it's like it usually comes from either like one weird thing recently with the internet is like content creation where you can kind of be like a solopreneur type thing, which is kind of like the route I'm going. But then there's also like business. In business, you can, like we talked about earlier, you can build a system which can be location dependent, even like something like a gym or something, whatever business you want to build, it could be anything. But if you can build that system enough to where you can have it running itself, or even an online business or something where you can kind of have that machine running to where you can get your freedom of location again. Like you don't necessarily need to be at the spot, or you can have, like I said, an online business that like, you could work from anywhere. So the freedom of location part is like the main thing for me. That's like the main thing for me because like I just want to. Sometimes I want to go, but going costs money and time. But if you can go and make money on the way, then Content creation is a real job. People need to be free to move. Yeah, man, it is like it's a grind. Well, not a grind, but like it's something like you have to really treat like a full-time job, otherwise it's not gonna be. And that's why it would like if I once I can get to the point where like I'm actually making some income from it, like it's gonna like hockey stick, like exponential. Cause then I can go all in and it's a wrap, dude. It's a wrap. People need to be free to move. Yeah. And that's just how I feel like naturally. But here's the thing. I don't know because recently I've been learning about like how much more regulated I feel when I'm with like a pack of people. Because I think humans are kind of like pack animals in a way, or like tribal. You know what I'm saying? And I live alone. I've lived alone for almost a little over 2 years, and I noticed that like I every day I try to go out and socialize and I try to go do things, and it's I don't even know if my goals in my life are around the fact that I would just want to socialize or like interact with people because I feel like if I had like a bunch of friends and maybe even like people I lived with, I may not feel that need to go out and travel as much because I would just have that social life here. I feel like you've doubled your subs since you came back, so that's good. I think you're way appreciate that, dude. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll be honest. I got like 1,000 subs from this one short that I posted. My most popular short. It's literally just a little kitten, cute little kitten. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I don't know if it's. I mean, it's done good as far as like it looks cool to have the subscribers, but as far as like nowadays, these platforms they don't care about subscribers or um, likes or anything. It's all about watch time. And if all these people are subscribing to see more cat videos and I'm not posting that and they don't click on my video, it almost is detrimental because the algorithm is going to say, okay, even his own subscribers aren't tapping on this video. And yeah, so I don't know. It is nice to see the subscribers though. Yeah, I appreciate it. No, I appreciate them, but it's all down to watch time nowadays, you know. And that's why like I'm always trying to just look at the watch time. It's like are people actually consuming this content? And then I ask myself like if I was someone else, would I watch this content? And a lot of times when I'm honest with myself with my own videos, I'm like, dude, I would not watch that, you know? So that's where I can learn a lot of improvements from is like the people I do watch, like why am I watching, you know? What is entertaining about them? What is educational in their videos, like production wise? What's hooking me in? Like, and I don't need, it's not like I need to sell out or anything, but it's just almost like a repackage. Like, I can still put out the same content I want to put out, but just put it out in a way that's like more digestible. People are social creatures. Are you an extrovert? I am, and I need it. I get super lonely super easily. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I fully believe in the introvert extrovert thing, to be honest, because I've seen people that, you know, would be traditionally be called introverted, and I've seen them be super extroverted within certain groups. I think a lot of it has to do with your ranking, your social ranking within the group in the weird way. Like you see like imagine like a super nerdy gamer kid, right? In school, he might not talk to anyone, but you see him on Fortnite or something, and he's like, you know, talking all night to his friends on Fortnite. Or, you know, he goes to the, I don't know, Pokemon convention or something, and he's like, you know, the hot shot or something. So I feel like the introvert extrovert thing doesn't fully make sense to me. Because there's some times where I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk to anyone. Or if it's like a super crowded place, I'm like not really trying to talk. And then there's other times where it's like, okay, I feel super welcomed here. Like I'm talking to everyone, So I don't know. I guess if extroverted means like you feel more regulated with a social life than people who feel more regulated being alone, then yes, I would guess I would consider myself an extrovert in that sense. Yeah. For me, I usually subscribe partially for the content style, but largely because I like the person. If I can identify with the creator, I'm much more likely to engage. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I appreciate that. Dude, and that's true. Cause like there's some people where I'm like, I just look at them and they're like starting a new channel and I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna support. Like I just want to see this thing blow up. Like I know you don't even have the portfolio yet to be there, but like I just want to be like subscriber number 50 or something and just see this thing go. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate that. That makes a ton of sense. We all shine in different ways, but some people feel fueled by company while others feel drained by it. Being between is valid too. Yeah. Yeah, I think if extrovert means being fueled by company, then I would say I'm extroverted. Although not just any company. Like can't just be any company. Most social situations I actually try to avoid just because like I feel like if I'm not vibing with the people, like really vibing, then I'm kind of just wasting my time or the people I'm yeah. I think I'm much more fueled by it on a like back end sense. As far as like me going out and socializing, that drains me. That definitely takes away some of my energy even if I enjoy it. But if I have like a close pack, like living with my family or whoever, if I have a close pack that I'm like living with and like cohabitating with, that fuels me because now I don't feel like I need to go out and get that socializing. I can just go straight back into work because I got these people present around me. So I feel like, okay, we're good. I got people around me, whether I'm winning or losing, like my people are here. You know what I'm saying? But when I don't have that, it feels like I need to go win to have it, if that makes sense. I need to go travel to meet people. I need to go, you know, um, get a big house so that I can have people over. I need to go sign up for this race so I can run with people. Things like I need to like go do shit, and like just to have that socializing. But these things end up draining me in the end. So it's like it backfires almost. So I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I hope that made sense. You have to find commonality. There's some super toxic situations out there. Yeah, exactly. And it's like a lot of things are not worth the time. Socially, like if it's not hitting for me, like I'm out, which is fine. You know, not everything's for everyone, especially if it's toxic. Like I remember some of the videos you talk about not having much of a circle, so it's good to see that changing. I appreciate that, dude. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, like I think really running helped with that. I've met a lot of people through running. I was actually like really considering moving out of um the city I'm in until I started running, and then I started running. I started meeting so many people, so that was pretty cool. Um, yeah, because I really looked at it and I was like, dude, I need to Like, I can't just sit here and dwell on this, like, especially as an adult, you really have to go out and, like, make it happen if you wanna, like, make some friends. Like, you really gotta put yourself out there. It's not like in school, because in school, you're forced to be at the same place every day, like in high school or whatever. So it kind of forces you to, like, see the same people every day, so it's much easier to make friends. But, in adult life, you don't have to really see anyone except for coworkers, and that's why a lot of times coworkers become friends, but, um, if you're not friends with the coworkers, then, you just go home. But, and I noticed that making friends doesn't just most of the time, 99% of the time, doesn't just come off meeting someone and like, oh, you're friends now. Like, it usually comes from seeing people on a consistent basis over and over, learning more about them, then like slowly becoming friends and like realizing, okay, we're actually hitting it off. Um, so yeah, that's why running, it's like, okay, all these people run on a consistent basis. So, we run together. Next thing you know, we start doing things together and stuff. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. Adulthood with a remote job or being self-employed can be super isolating if you don't. Yeah, exactly, dude. It really can be. Just entrepreneurship in general, really, too. I mean, like, you're freelance, you're running your own thing, like, you know how it is. Like, especially, yeah, for people like you're traveling too, so you don't even have like time to really put some roots down, and like get those consistent, like I said, like to make friends, it's like you got to see people consistently over and over, and then so it's super hard, like you really got to put in the effort for it. So I think wherever the home base is at, like having like a consistent meeting spot or like things that you do together is just crucial. For me recently, like I've been looking much harder to find is people that are going after their own thing and like entrepreneur minded. Like I met a lot of people through running, and it's awesome because like everyone's consistently running all the time. If I want to go find someone to run with, like I can do that. I feel like most of the time. But as far as like focusing on like business or trying to build something online, or that's pretty much just me. But if I had like a group of people around me doing that same thing every day, like dude, we could just set up our dude, I'd tell everyone come over, bring the laptops, like sleep here for a week. I don't even care. Let's all go to Starbucks together. Like let's do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And with the fitness space, you have a similar lifestyle and interests, so it works. Yeah, yeah. And the cool thing about fitness is like you have to like well, you don't have to, but like if you want to be fit, you got to do it every day. Or not every day, but like most days. So it's like it gives people that one similar thing that they do pretty much every day. So it's like it brings them back together. And that's why a lot of people, well, I won't get into that. I won't get into that, but true, I really don't have roots. I consider myself to have the most friends on either coast, but even then, I have to go out, even on off nights, just to make the connections and build friendships. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know how it is, cause like, and you probably know a lot more than most people that um, there's different levels of friendships too. It's like, yeah, you can have a lot of friends, a lot of people that you keep up with on social media, but they may be more surface level. And then you might have some other people that are like, okay, I've known them for a while. Maybe I knew them from high school or something. Like, those are my good friends, but I still don't see them all the time. I may text them sometimes, but like texting isn't the same as when you're like a kid and like you're living in a neighborhood and like the friends coming over every day. Like that is the level of friend that's like, okay, this is like best friend status. Um, that's much harder to find. I don't know where I'm going with this, but Yeah, you know how it is. Like, you have all these friends, and then, but still, in the end of the day, it's like, okay, I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing my own work. I'm going back home to my own place. So it's like you still kind of feel that lonesome, even with all these friends. Definitely understand that so many superficial connections, which can be good for social settings and or getting gigs, but not everyone is going to be there for you when you actually need a friend. Yeah, exactly. And most people aren't. And it's not like there's anything wrong with that. I mean, they're dealing with their own life. So it's not like you can even blame them, or but like you said, it's a superficial thing, and it's really hard to find people that are going to be there for you when you really need it. For the most part, I mean, it's going to be the closest circle to you, which that is what I was talking about earlier. What I feel regulated by, not necessarily having a lot of like superficial friends, which, like I said, I don't blame them. They have their own lives. I still consider them friends. We still have a good time, but it is kind of surface level, which is totally fine. Maybe we just run together or something, but I feel the most regulated by those super deep, close people in my circle. Like that's what dude, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble finding the words, but that's what raises my energy versus draining me. The superficial ones where it feels like I gotta go put an effort to make this happen, like that kind of drains me. What's up, MI? What's up, man? Dude, I know. Portugal lost. I know, dude. I wasn't necessarily too invested in Portugal. It was just sad to see Cristiano Ronaldo like last World Cup. That was kind of sad to see, man. I was live streaming earlier for it. I kind of almost wish I wasn't, in a weird way, because I just kind of want to go back. I would kind of wish I just like sat there and digested that. But it's just like what an era, you know what I'm saying? It's just sad to see like I kind of what I wasn't invested in either team really. I just kind of wanted to see him get further in the tournament or even like win it. That would be pretty cool to just end his career that way. Like even maybe get to a final or something. I don't know. So yeah, that was sad. It was a little bittersweet, man. But it's still good to see him play. Like yeah, I mean this World Cup has been like Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, like all pretty much like retirement. Almost. I mean, Messi might come back for one more, but I don't know. So it's kind of just a little bittersweet, but just gotta enjoy it while it's happening. It's just part of being an adult, but it's very sad at the same time. We're so connected, yet there's almost a lack of connection in a lot of ways. Exactly, dude. Exactly. And it makes sense to me, like, why people go out and just basically live like the normal, like, nuclear family life, like, get a wife, have some kids. Like, I understand it. Um, Even though sometimes I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, that really does not seem fun in a lot of ways. Not the wife or kids are part or anything, but like, dude, the kids seem like, oh, that would be a lot of work. That really is a lot of work raising a child. But it makes sense to me why people go that route. Yeah, I don't know. Plus, with the social media and everything, it's like pushing us even further away as far as connectedness, and that's brings me back to also the reason I wanted to move to another country. Like infrastructure wise in this country, like it's just isolated. I mean, you go out in neighborhoods, everyone has their own house, everyone has their own car. It's built to be isolated. So definitely something to think about. You're communicating great. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. He's a legend either way, but it's definitely disappointing. Right, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, he's a legend. Like one of the goats. One of the goats. It's just yeah, I don't know. It was just disappointing because Spain's got like a pretty young team for the most part. And I feel like they got a lot of career ahead of them. Like they can afford a loss right now and like come back later and like try it again. But with him, it's just like, dang, you know. And I mean, he's been playing for so long. It's like his sixth World Cup, so it's crazy, man. What an era! What an era! I'll say that. What an era! Definitely the ending, which he didn't deserve, but yeah, he's still the legend of the game. Yeah, yeah, that was another disappointing part. I felt like it didn't give us the like if he was gonna go down, I wanted to see him go down like with a super climactic ending, you know? And I feel like the game was just not exciting because I feel like both teams were pretty even and they were pretty good defensively, so it was just kind of like back and forth with not very many shots on the target. Which is like when you compare it to like the Mexico game last night, like that game was like, dude, you were like glued to the screen because it was like, oh my god, like your heart rate was high, you know. And I feel like I wanted to see if he was gonna lose, I wanted to see like them to go overtime, maybe penalties, like really get our hearts racing. You know what I mean? But just like a 91st minute goal from Spain, it's just like, oh damn. Didn't even give him enough chance to like see if there's gonna be a comeback or anything, you know. So it was just, yeah, it is what it is. That's just sports, you know? Home ownership to me seems like a scam for that reason. Scam for that. I enjoy apartment life because it's more communal and I need that. Similarly, I enjoy living out of hotels because I enjoy seeing new people. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I mean, um I'll be honest though, like I still feel isolated in my apartment. Like I see the neighbors maybe once every month. But, like, I kinda just go to my car and then leave, you know, when I leave, but you might be more interactive than I am, you know? But like you said, with the house, it's like I wouldn't mind a house, like I said, if I had, like, people living with me. If I'm living alone, I'll get a house, but it needs to be strictly for a real estate play, like money, financial play. It's not for, lifestyle. Um But yeah, so in that sense, I do kind of like the apartment style living. But really, it's just you can't. No matter how many apartments they build, like it's hard to outpace the sprawl of like the residential neighborhoods. It's so hard to outpace that because basically for each dwelling, they need a driveway and property, and then each driveway needs to hook up to a road. So it's like where you could fit like an apartment building with 300 apartments stacked up, 300 homes, you need an entire neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So that sprawl, by the time you build that, now you got to have a main road to it. And you just took up like, you know, a quarter mile, half mile, maybe a mile of actual distance on that main road. And you're separating the people that, let's just say they do live in apartments, you're separating them even further from the main commuting areas, which is traditionally like the shops, the restaurants, um, the parks, the plazas, you know. And then it gets to the point where like, okay, this distance has become too far because of the sprawl that like everyone needs a car, even if you live in an apartment. it's basically like I still need a car to get wherever I want, you know? Except like we talked about earlier with cities like New York, you know, for example. That's kind of an anomaly in the US, but most of the US like is just um super sprawled out neighborhoods, suburbia, you know, stuff like that. Financial play is the smartest reason to me too. Being around other people is just super important. Unless the neighborhood has amenities that cater to community, it seems super isolated. Yeah, exactly. And it's nearly impossible to find, like in the U.S. I mean, you can get neighborhoods with amenities for sure, but as far as like not that isolated feeling, I mean, I don't know completely. I haven't been everywhere. I will say that, but I've been to a lot of states and I've lived in different places, and it's just like that suburban sprawl is it's very similar everywhere. You know, you got the neighborhoods, everyone's separate, no one really knows each other. You got strip malls, big department stores. Um, that's about it. Like, yeah, it's really hard to find a place where there's actually like people congregating on a consistent basis every day in like a shared area, especially in a place with a house, in like an actual like separated neighborhood like that. It's almost nearly impossible, like I said, because of the way like the amount of space you need just to build that neighborhood. It just separates people too much. I'd never dare try to drive in NYC, but in LA or anywhere else, I depend on my car. I wish the country was walkable. Yeah, yeah, in NYC, I heard it's like a nightmare to drive through there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's most of the country is not walkable, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I mean, it was in the time period it was built, like around the vehicle and the automobile and the amount of space we have, the fact that we can just like, dude, go knock down like a whole 1,000 acres of woods and just start building new neighborhoods. So it makes sense why it happened, but in the end, there's definitely some downsides. And I think I think it was after like World War II or whatever, around that time period where like a lot of the people coming back from the war, starting families, like everyone kind of having their own, their own house, their own vehicle, their own everything. That was kind of just like the sought after life. So that kind of just became the norm, I guess. But like I said, a lot of these European cities, because they're so much more limited on space, and these cities were built in a time before the automobile. They're still so walkable. Like you look at like a city like Barcelona or something like, or like what's another good one? Florence, Italy. These cities were built like way before the automobile, so they're built at a human scale. And like these countries are much smaller, so it's not like they can just sprawl like we can in the U.S. So they have to like really be more efficient with the space, and yeah, I just think it makes for like a type of lifestyle that I think I would enjoy a lot more. And don't get me wrong, people are different. A lot of people love big house, live separate, have some land, that type of lifestyle. I can see the value in that. It's a simple life. I just don't know if I would be thriving to the max potential in that lifestyle. I always think the downtown areas and towns are so cute and social, but most places it's inaccessible from the rest of the community. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then, if it takes if it takes a lot of effort, or like, yeah, just a lot of effort to actually go enjoy that downtown area, it's already a wrap. I mean, a lot of these nicer downtown areas, even in any states, like even if it's not a big metropolitan, even if it's just like a cute downtown area, a lot of these downtown areas, like, dude, you gotta pay $10 for parking. It's hard to find parking, and like, why am I even trying to park here? This should be built on a human scale, but because everything else isn't, now you guys gotta have parking. And now I'm coming in here in my isolated metal box, which I didn't want to be in the first place, I'm trying to get away from. But yeah, dude, it's, you, you know where I'm going with it. I love Barcelona. Spain is one of my favorite countries and it's so social. Most of Europe is that way, but each of their countries is the size of our states. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Barcelona. Yeah, it looks like you've been to Barcelona. Yeah, I'd love to go see that. Like just any of the cities over there. That's why I just feel like Europe is just calling my name, man. And yeah, I just think and it makes sense to me like why the cities that are closest to that design in the US are the most expensive to live in. You look at NYC, it's insanely expensive to live there compared to other places. San Francisco, another one. Chicago, um, because people desire. I think people really desire that kind of lifestyle in general. Like, I haven't met anyone I know that I've talked to about this that wouldn't that doesn't enjoy that kind of thing, you know? And the last time I went to one of these cities outside of the country, I was like, we as Americans, like we travel to these places and we love it, and we're like, dude, we love this. I don't want to go back home. And then I'm thinking like, dude, why go back home? Why don't I just like live in this all the time? You know? Um so then I started looking into cities like what's Amsterdam, super bikeable. Like I think like 70% of people just ride bikes. Copenhagen, also like bike capital. Um dude, anywhere in Europe, like if I could just have my place and a bike and like actually be able to go out, and then anywhere that's further away that I need to go to, I can just hop on a train. Like, dude, the entire um bandwidth that the car takes up in my mind is just gone. No more repairs, no more insurance, no more gas, no more, dude, none of that. I love Barcelona, Madrid, Ibiza, Gran Canaria. I've never heard of that one. Gran Canaria. I gotta look that up. Definitely recommend Spain. Yeah, dude. I really want to go to Spain. I was looking at this other city, dude. I forgot the name of it. They have like it's like a little bit more historic city, like small city on the southern part, and they have this like brick bridge over this like crevice, and it's like the main iconic part of the city. Like it's like this bridge. It's like oh dude, I forgot the name of it. And then there's Malaga as well. Dude, Spain is sick. Spain is sick. All around. Even the major cities in Florida that are that way are so spread apart from each other too. America is built so weird. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, and I don't know if there's any going back from it. I mean, yeah, so at this point it's just kind of like, find the coolest spot and make do. And it sounds kind of depressing. I don't want to be like, the negative Nancy, like always saying that we need better because there is some benefits to it, and I try to always be like grateful for that. Glass half full type thing. Like there is some benefits to being able to just have your own spot and drive and stuff, but it's just like it's hard for me to It's hard for me to like not see it, once I've seen it. America needs high speed rail badly. Dude, that would be sick. That would be sick. What do they call it? Those bullet trains? Like I was looking into like traveling by train across the country because I was like, dang, I would love to take a trip not by air and like actually, go through the country. But you start looking into driving, it's like so many miles on the car. It's so expensive on the gas. Then you gotta take care of this car like it's a kid. You gotta find places to park it. It becomes a real hassle. So I was looking into like traveling by train on Amtrak, but it's insanely expensive, dude. Like I didn't realize how expensive it was to travel by Amtrak. Um, which is weird because you'd think it'd be cheap, but if we had like a high speed rail system that like was actually affordable, that would be cool. That would be cool. You're not negative. You're just being honest. Okay, appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad you see it too, because this is something I think about like on a consistent basis, especially as a runner. I mean, you go out on runs, dude. You go out on these streets. It is hostile. It is not made for pedestrians. Like you learn that very quickly as a runner. You start running on the sidewalk, like it is not made for pedestrians. And buses here take forever. If not that, then it's car and gas is crazy. We need bullet trains that'll save us on time if nothing else. Yeah, definitely. And I don't know what the limitations are in a bullet train. Like I don't know how much space you need for them to like slow down or whatever. Like maybe they won't be able to replace those New York trains um that easily, because they are so congested and make like sharp turns and stuff. But as far as like going state to state and like even further cross country, like a bullet train would be sick, dude. And safe. And safe because it's all on the same rail. Japan did it. Japan's got it. I think China's got it. I heard the ones in Japan go like 300 miles per hour, like those things. So I don't know why I'm actually surprised we haven't even done it yet, to be honest. Maybe it costs like a lot of money. It probably does. And I don't think they can just use existing railroad tracks. I think they have to build like a completely new track. And this country is ginormous, so yeah, I don't know. That would be sick though. I almost get hit by a car at least once a week, no matter where I am. We need better infrastructure. Exactly, dude. And hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, it's just, dude, it's unfortunate. And then it gets to the point where it's like, dude, I don't even really want to like, cause I have like a bike. You see my bike. I love biking. I love biking, but I don't even ride my bike because it's like, dude, this is not enjoyable. Like it's so the cars don't see you. You gotta like keep your head on a swivel, and then you end up having to bike on the sidewalk, and it's super bumpy. It's just not made for it. So yeah, it sucks, man. It really sucks. Cause like people like you and I, super active. Like I love getting out, bike riding, running. And that's what made me look into these cities like Amsterdam specifically and Copenhagen. They're like bike capital of the world. Like everyone's biking to work every day. It's weird, like even in the rain, it's like normal for them. Like they're just biking in the rain. Like no one cares. And like they're used to it. Like they got like their hat and rain jacket, like it's all good. Like it's just like the norm. And they're just normal bikes too. Like they're not like mountain bikes, or they're just like regular like you know I don't know. And half the time bike paths cut off randomly. Even in major cities, it makes no dude, exactly. Literally, you'll be biking and it'll just stop and you're just in grass. And sometimes like wherever you want to go, like you can't get there without going on a road that has no sidewalks. I don't know how it is where you're at, but where I'm at, sometimes you have to take a road that has no sidewalks. And now you're just like fending for your life, like out there. And you're just like trying to bike it as fast as possible to get to a sidewalk. And it's just like, dude, this is just not even worth it. I have European friends who run in the rain. They don't care. It's hilarious. Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I only try to avoid it just because like my shoes, but I guess I mean I'm waterproof, I guess. And like sometimes I'm running with my phone, but yeah, that's funny. Maybe it's more normal out there. But yeah, when it rains, I usually just go hit the treadmill. As boring as it may seem, I hit my first double digit run on a treadmill not too long ago. That was long, dude. That was 10 miles at a slow pace. That was 10 miles at like a 12-minute pace. So yeah, it was like no, it was like 12-minute pace. It was almost 2 hours of running on the treadmill. And my friend for his birthday ran the number of years that he is old on the treadmill. I think it took him like 6 hours or something. I don't know why he did that. But yeah, the sidewalks will cut off literally anywhere. They'll say NYC is made to walk, but then they'll take away the sidewalk, especially if you're not in Manhattan itself. That's crazy. Yeah, even in NYC. Damn, that's crazy to hear because I thought outside of Manhattan was still basically like um super walkable and like connected, but maybe it's literally just Manhattan. In which case, maybe Manhattan isn't that big. Dang, yeah, that sucks. And you know what it is? It's like the way the sprawl works and the laws. I found out that like when you buy a property and you want to develop on it, you're required by law in some places to build out the sidewalk only to the end of your property line. Like if you want to like um build a business on a land or something, like to make it up to code, you have to continue the sidewalk off the next person only to the end of your property line. And then whoever builds in that next property has to continue it, which makes sense. Like eventually it builds out the sidewalk, but the sidewalk is built privately by whoever owns the property. So it's like that's why you'll just see these sidewalks just randomly end, which is it's just baffling. I don't know if there's a fix to it because it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. Like in theory, it's like okay, if there's nothing built out here, why build a sidewalk? Because no one's going there to get to anything. But then in the end, like in cities like where you're at, um, it'll just randomly end, and then yeah, dude, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because then they start to build around those inefficiencies. Like maybe it randomly ends now, but the more you build around it, it's like okay, it just randomly ended into nothing. But like, what the fuck? Sorry, I'm trying not to swear too much on here, but it's super walkable for sure, but there's spots where it'll cut off. And you're left without sidewalk for a decent amount. Either it doesn't exist or it'll be closed for construction. Oh, dude. You had to take it there. Construction. Don't even get me started on the construction, dude. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Especially in NYC. I think those like dude, that place is always under construction. Manhattan and Brooklyn are the most NYC like you'd think, but when you get to the Bronx or Queens, it starts feeling much more like a smaller neighborhood. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it kind of spread out a little more than that, but I guess it's just Manhattan and Brooklyn. Interesting. But you still get the trains out to the Bronx and Queens, right? Like you still can connect from the trains? Or are those trains more sporadic and like come later? Or they don't come as often? Because like a train's cool, but if a train comes once every hour, it's like, okay, now it's like this is not um efficient enough to really, you know, really make it seem good enough, you know? But I did love riding the trains in New York when I was there. It's just so cool to be able to like actually get to multiple sides in the city like without a car. I don't know. It's more walkable than most of the country, but it's still got its flaws the further out you get. Yeah. Trains keep everyone connected, luckily. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Like and in the entire country, like that's the only city, right? No, maybe I take that back. Chicago. I think New York and Chicago are pretty much it. That's pretty much it in the entire United States, you know? I mean, you've even been out to LA, like even in LA, it's you need a car pretty much. I mean, you don't need one. You can take public transportation, but the public transportation is a bus, you know, it's going to be taking the same roads. So, yeah. And LA is a weird anomaly because like there's so much in LA, but because the traffic is so intense, it's almost like you do less, you know? Like you might have want to go do something on the other side of the city, but because it takes you 2 hours to get there, like you either have less time to do it or you might just not do it at all. LA needs to improve transport. Yeah, yeah. And dude, I don't even know how at this point how they would do it. Like I say all these things, um, because I noticed them, but like as far as like a city planning standpoint and like fixing the problem, dude, I don't know. Like if I were to be like a city planner and go into LA and they're like, "Yo, fix our transportation. You have an unlimited budget." What would you do? I don't know. It's hard, man. It's hard. You almost want to stay in pockets in LA because it's such a headache. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's so weird because it's like, dude, I'm in LA. Like, we got everything here, but, you know, because it's so congested and like traffic wise, like, it keeps you from actually like doing as much. So it's kind of like backwards, you know? Like, you go there to live a more active lifestyle, but then you end up doing less in a way. And I have terrible road rage. No, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, road rage is especially there. You're probably raging out. Yeah, I try to yeah, I just learned to just let it go with the road rage thing. I used to get super angry and like flip people off, but now I just a lot of fingers flying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just especially in Florida, dude. Especially in Florida, like I've just learned to I'm like, nah, man, I'm just gonna let it go. Just keep looking straight. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. I need some of your zen. Yeah, it can get it can get dicey sometimes, but I think I just realized many times like it's like, dude, I'm in a rush to get nowhere fast. You know, I heard someone say that. It's like you're in a rush to get nowhere quickly because most of the time I'm looking at like where am I going, and I'm like, okay, if I was 2 minutes later to that thing, like, would it make any difference? 99% of the time, it would make no difference. You know, and even if I'm like late to work or something, it's like, okay, I could drive 80 miles per hour, 90 miles per hour on the highway, or 70 miles per hour, like I might get there like a minute earlier. Maybe that's the difference between me being late or not, but like even then, is it worth it? Probably not, you know? Probably not. So I try to just remember that. I'm like, dude, what am I really in a rush for, you know? And a lot of these people just like, I don't know what it is about driving that makes people like not care about anyone else. Because you go to like a normal place socially, like let's just say you're walking your cart down an aisle in Walmart. Someone's in your way, they're gonna say, usually 90% of the time, they're gonna say, "Oh, excuse me, let me get out of the way for you," you know? But for some reason on the road, it's like, dude, no one wants to let you over or anything. Like they want to be first. Like it's so weird. I don't know what it is on the road. So I try to just like I'm like, all right, you want to go, just get in. You know, I try to like because it's like a dance. That's what my dad always told me. He was like, driving is like a dance. You know, it's like choreography. You know, everyone's supposed to be kind of working together, and then the road is safer. You know, because I'm just trying to drive in a safe way. I read about the Florida man. I'm sure the driving is no different. Yeah, and you know, for the most part, like there's a lot of old people in Florida, like with you know, they're just chilling, retired, and people don't drive too crazy for the most part. But yeah, if anything does happen, I try to just get out the way, you know. Just try to always remember the bigger picture. Like, dude, this is not worth it. You know. Anyone's mad at me, dude. I used to like look back at them and like flip them off, like yelling at them. We're yelling at each other. Um, dude, I literally just look forward now. Out of sight, out of mind. I don't even want to see their face because then I'll remember it. Like I don't even want it in my existence. You know what I'm saying? And this one time I was out with my friend. This guy cut us off like he was out of dude. It was like the rudest cut off. Like we're just driving down the road. It's a 45 miles per hour road, and this guy just like swerved in front of us, like almost hit us, going like 65, 70. And dude, it was so dumb. We rolled up past him because we were like, "Fuck that guy," you know. We rolled up next to this guy. I'm in the passenger seat, right? My friend's driving. I roll down my window so that we can yell at this guy and flip him off. And he's next to us with his window down, saying, you know, "F you too." This dude at like 50 miles per hour, probably going, has this full drink. I'm not even kidding. It was like one of those like super large fast food cups that like you have the cup holder size and then it gets bigger, like extra large, full of fruit punch. Like I'm talking, this guy just got it, and he throws it from his car, launches it perfectly through my window, and it lands on my friend, and just goes all over his car. All this fruit punch, all over him. He's drenched. I barely got a splash on me, and the dude literally goes ha ha and drives away. It was like a cartoon. We chased after him for maybe like half a mile, and then we're like, dude, this is stupid. What are we even gonna do? What if we even like do get to the point where we catch him? Like, what are we gonna do? We're not gonna do anything, you know. So we had to just let it go. But I learned from that moment. I'm like, dude, first of all, why the fuck did I even roll down my window? He was asking me the same thing. I felt so bad, you know, because his car is covered in fruit punch. We just got cut off. Like none of this even should have even happened, you know. And I was like, dude, it's just not worth it, you know. It's just not worth it. In the end, I'm like, okay, both people lost that situation, or maybe he felt like he won. I mean, he did have a nice hit, but he lost his drink. So maybe that's just me trying to cope and feel like I won something. But yeah, it's just like, dude, no one wins, you know. No one wins in that situation. That's brutal. But only if you recorded it, that would have went. Yeah, dude, that really would have went viral. It was like out of a cartoon, dude. It was like the way he said "ha ha." It was like where I swear it reminded me of like a cartoon or something. Oh man. But yeah, ever since then, I learned my lesson. I'm like, okay, I'm good on this. I just don't want to interact. Like, I'm just gonna keep looking forward. Just, you know, that's it. But yeah, man. And I try to stay like highway. Like, I like being in the highway, not necessarily in the slow lane. Where like I like being where no one else is at, because you find these gaps in the highway where it's like, okay, there's no one here, unless I speed up and get to the next pack. It's kind of like packs. Sometimes I try to like stay at like that middle where it's like, okay, no one's around me. Maybe road rage isn't worth it, lol. Dude, it's not. It's not, I'm telling you. I can't really think of any benefit, actually. I really don't think there's any benefit to road rage. Not worth it. Not worth it. Dang, I've been on here for a while. I remember this when I'm back in LA, lol. Yeah, dude. Yeah, just maybe leave a little earlier, or just think about it. Like, okay, the place I'm going to right now, like, do I really need to, like, is it really going to make a difference if I'm 10 minutes late? Most of the time, not really, you know? Let me just let me just dial it down a notch. Just keep it chill, you know? And patience for a lot of people is just like finding something else to think about instead of just like um wanting to get there so fast, you know? Everyone is always later than me anyway. Oh, dude, you're good. Yeah, see? You're already the earliest one, so you're good to go. You have so much time to relax, make the drive enjoyable, take the slow lane, you know? Maybe avoid the highway if you can. All that, you know? But I miss LA, man. I haven't been out there in a while. Dang, I want to go back. It's like a movie out there. It literally felt like GTA when I was there. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, man. Thanks for all the likes. Whoever liked it. I think you're the only one left in here, but I appreciate you watching, bro. For real. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to interact like in a feels this like this is a more real way to interact than through a comment section. So you're always welcome in LA. Yeah, dude. If I come out to LA, um, I will reach out. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna reach out on YouTube, but if I come out to LA, I'll remember. Definitely. Um, or New York. That's pretty cool. So, but yeah, it's good to make these connections. Appreciate that, bro. Definitely. Definitely. And I'm gonna stay grinding for this marathon. After the marathon, you're gonna see the gains. They're gonna come back. So you don't gotta worry about that part. You know what I'm saying? If I come out to LA, I'm talking beach ready. You know what I'm saying? Like too ready. Like who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? He's too ready. He shouldn't even be here. Like this guy's, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that. So I'll definitely be around. LOL post notice, dude. Appreciate that, man. For real, that's crazy. Like post notification. That's awesome, man. Appreciate that. I didn't even know anyone turned that on. That's awesome, bro. Are you posting content on this YouTube channel? On the one that you're on right now, or I'll go subscribe or whatever. Um, I don't know if you're posting any content on it. I'm gonna go check it out, but I do have content. A lot of it. Okay, yeah, I'll go check it out after I pop off the stream here. Definitely, I'll go check it out. I'll keep the noties on everything. Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm gonna go check it out right now. But um, dang, it's been yeah, I've been on here for a minute. But dude, it's good to chat, man. It's good to chat, like interact for real. Um, definitely appreciate you too, man. But yeah, I might go on live tomorrow, um, or the next day. I'm not sure. I will have some uploads coming up soon. Whatever. I don't even need to say all that. But yeah, appreciate you, dude. It's good to talk, good to interact, man. I definitely appreciate that. I thrive on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, appreciate you, dude. Have a good one. I'll catch you in the next stream. I'm gonna go check out your content right now. But you have a good night, man. Peace.